Hi everyone, this is Tiffany from TiffanyDowd.com. Today we're going to talk about what your audience needs from you or what they need for themselves that they're going to come to you for. And I think a lot of times what we do is we go into blogging and we start looking at keywords. There's still a lot of people doing that, even though a lot of people on my list who still come to me and say, I'm targeting this keyword. And they're so hung up on that they're forgetting about meeting the needs of their audience. And so what I want you to do is spend a day, or not even a whole day, a few minutes, just sit down and kind of jot down a what and a why for your audience. What do they need and why do they need it? And what you're going to do is look at that list and try to fulfill those needs with your blog post, okay? So for me, I wrote down 5 things, okay? You can write down 5 things. I wrote that my audience needs someone to tell them the truth. That was a biggie for me and why I got into this whole business in the first place. And that's one of the things people email me about most, about what they appreciate about me. So there's a lot of people out there who lie to them or who make things, they almost make things seem so easy that if you don't get it or if you're not succeeding, then you're kind of an idiot. And they make you feel stupid. So they do that on purpose. They want you to feel stupid because then you don't get vocal about it, right? If you buy something and they're talking about how much money this member made and you're not making that kind of money, you're going to kind of feel like an idiot that you're the only one not getting it. And they rely on that because if you feel stupid, you're not going to be vocal about it and you're not going to call them out on it. So I like to say that my audience needs me to tell them the truth, and so that's what I do. And so I meet that need on my blog. My audience needs courage that they don't have yet, and I hear about fear all the time on a daily basis, a million times a day from people. I myself have fear, and so I like to share my story about how I overcome fears with video blogging, with podcasting, whatever. And hopefully my story can help other people overcome their fears. And so that courage thing is something I try to help other people. Like once I achieve it, like putting my fat self on video blog, once I achieve it and I'm still alive and kicking, it didn't kill me, then I like to try to help other people get that same amount of courage so that they can get online, start video blogging or whatever, and make a difference in other people's lives. My audience needs someone to kick their butt into gear. Sometimes we all get a little complacent with our business. Me too. And I kick my own butt because I really don't have too many other people who kick my butt for me. Every once in a while I do. But a lot of people don't have anyone to do that, and so they kind of need someone to say, you know what, quit whining, quit feeling sorry for yourself, get out there and get your shit done. And so I like to provide that little butt kick every once in a while because I do it for myself, and I know that it helps other people when they have someone to say, quit messing around and get stuff done. My audience needs some step-by-step instructions. A lot of times you'll need to know how to do something, but either you can't, a lot of people don't know how to search for it. They just don't have the mindset to be able to type the right words in to find what they need. And that I know how to do, but I know some people, like even my mom, sometimes she can't find what she needs, and I'm like, well, search for this, and she's like, why didn't I think of that? It's sometimes things seem real simple, but you're just not searching for it right. So I like to provide step-by-step instructions showing people how to do things, whether it's uploading a PDF, whatever. I like to be the one that does that because a lot of times some of the other marketers, my competition in this niche, they'll just tell people to do something and they won't give them each step. And so then the person's left confused and lost. And the last thing I put is my audience needs someone to listen to them. They need to be heard because this is a solo business. It's very scary. There's a lot of intimidation. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of confidence issues with that and just confusion. And so people need people who are willing to listen. And I get emails all the time from people, thank you so much for taking time to answer or taking time to read or look at my page, whether or not it's part of my freebie gift or whatever. And so that's something I think that's lacking in my niche is real marketers who will sit there and listen to the customer or the prospect or the person reading their blog and just listen to what they need and then try to help them in some way. And sometimes people email me and it has nothing to do with business. They'll email me and say, I'm going through a really rough time. I heard from a lot of people who are also going through a divorce, men and women. And they shared their story with me. And they said, I'm so glad you spoke up about it. I'm going through it too. And I didn't want to talk about it, and it makes me feel good to see how you're getting through or whatever. And so people just need someone to listen. They need someone to be there and to not feel like they're intrusive if they email them. Okay, like I know a lot of marketers who kind of feel like, don't bother me. I put out the product and I've got a support desk if you need to open a ticket. I hate ticket opening things. God, somebody shoot me if I ever have something where you have to open a ticket. That bugs me. I understand you're going to get to a point where you get too big, whatever. But stay on top of your email. Make that a priority and outsource some other things. I don't like tickets. But really, they just need someone who's human and who's on the other end of the line, other end of the email, other end of the whatever, willing to engage with them. So those are my needs. Now, let's talk about an example with weight loss, okay? What could the weight loss industry need? Okay, so let's say that's your niche. Your audience, someone who's been there to show it can be done. Okay, a lot of people don't want to lose weight with someone who's never had a weight problem. That can be an issue. Someone to help them get back on track when they falter. So if they have that double Whataburger with cheese and then a Baskin-Robbins triple-decker sundae after that, they need someone who can help them not give up on their diet and get back on track. So your blog posts, like, let's talk about that one in particular. You need to not worry about failing a diet keyword. You need to think about the human behind it. What is their emotion when they land on your site? What are they feeling? They're feeling guilt. They're feeling like giving up. They're feeling like they're a loser and that they'll never make it. They're feeling helpless. And you need to be able to respond to that and be the person that guides them through that moment. They need someone to push them, like Jillian on The Biggest Loser. Someone who can kind of yell at them at times, maybe not all the time, but at times. Even Jillian, I don't watch the show anymore, but I remember she used to sit down and have some heartfelt discussions with the contestants, in addition to yelling at them while they're running on the treadmill. They need someone to listen to them about the pain that causes them to overeat. Background, be willing to share your story, that kind of thing. What happened to you? What made you eat? I personally used to hide soft drinks and frosting under my bed because weight was an issue all 16 years of my marriage. And so even when I was 135 pounds, it was an issue. So I got to a point where I hid food. Talk about that kind of stuff. Be vulnerable, be real, be human with the audience. They need someone to dumb down the nutritional advice that gets overly scientific. So that could be a slant of your blog post. Let's tackle this, caloric, or whatever they talk about. Like when you're trying to figure out the percentages of the carbs you can eat and all that. You might want to dumb it down and help them figure out an easier way to do it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe you have a plate that they can order from Amazon that has sections of, meat goes here, vegetables go here, carbs go, whatever. Someone to share the best tools so that they don't waste even more money on dieting, because I can't tell you how rich I'd be if I had all the money back that I spent on various pills, programs, all that kind of stuff before I finally just went, gave up on that. So that's the kind of thing you want to list. You want to say what emotionally and just intelligence-wise, what are people out there looking for? Why are they online searching in the first place? Forget about the keyword. Think about their emotions and their feelings and their desires and needs at that moment. And how can you create a blog post that helps them right there with that? And that's going to take personality. That's going to require you to be human, not a article bot. So do that and see what you come up with. And if you want to share, you can. Like share 5 things that you realize your niche needs. Or you can write a blog post about it for your blog and talk about that. So we'll talk later. Bye.